I hear you singing in the wire.
35192 on a text. AlanCoxShow.com, all the other stuff. If you listen to the show on iHeartRadio from outside of Ohio, tell me where you do that. John is in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Kristen is in Corpus Christi, Texas. Liz is down in Boynton Beach, Florida. And we have a lot of Bureau Chiefs in Nashville, one of whom sent me the info on the, if you listen in Nashville. If you listen in Nashville, that they're setting up the Glenn Campbell Museum down there. Remember Glenn Campbell?
Yeah.
He's been dead for a couple of years now, but this is one of his biggest hits called Wichita Lineman. This guy wrote a hit song about working for the phone company. Think about that. This would have been early 70s, probably. But Glenn Campbell was a hard-living dude. I remember my mom playing this song in the house from time to time. And they're putting the Glenn Campbell Museum in downtown Nashville. And they're very excited about it there in Nashville. Now, whether or not there will be a scale model of this in Nashville remains to be seen. If it will have easy access to the train that will circumvent the town of Nashville. Might be something to think. You can get all those shrunken down buildings. I
want folksy ones. I don't want corporate ones.
Oh, you don't want corporate
ones?
ones?
I don't want
you don't want a
Starbucks
and a Taco
Bell. That's not...
I think that would be hilarious. That would be more funny if it was like...
Maybe in a different town.
Because... Oh, in like...
maybe there'll be like a real folksy town, and then I'll make another town that's way more corporate.
Oh, I see.
And they'll have a rivalry.
Like Shelbyville.
Yeah.
Right.
Shelbyville.
Be right next to Nashville. I think that would be really funny because these train sets that you see most people doing, they're real, like you said, they're real folksy, you know, and they've got little rolling hills and they've got little houses. I think it'd be real funny to make like one that's super corporate.
Just real corporate.
Yes, you've got a train. The train looks exactly the same and it's going around this town, but there's a Starbucks.
And an Arby's.
Yeah, there's a Chick-fil-A.
A Payday Loan Store, a
there
Dollar
you go.
General.
Dollar General. There's an Amazon fulfillment center in the background, you know, with a dead guy in the aisle that they don't find for 15 minutes.
Home Depot with some day workers.
There you go.
Some day laborers.
Could be a
sitting out
Lowe's.
front.
Yeah, with Dick pushing carts. I mean, the attention to detail on this could get really out of hand.
It's part of the fun.
But that's what I'm saying. But fun at the same time.
I'll tell you one thing that I'm also kind of obsessed with right now. As I'm, getting closer to moving into my new place.
Squifle Tower.
Yeah, I'm looking for furniture. And I ran across a steam fusion fireplace. LED fireplace. So
is this one of these Amish deals or no?
No.
Okay.
So what it is, it's a cold fireplace. So it looks like fire, but it's steam.
Okay.
And if you Google them, they're awesome. And it's something you can put in your house, and then like you have LED lights on it, so you can change the colors of the flames.
But it's steam in your house?
It's very light steam. Like it's just a
but
little
steam
bit,
nonetheless.
Basically water vapor.
Okay.
Coming up, so that you can. It looks like flames flickering, but you don't have to. It's just water.
Okay.
It's not. It's more for decoration, but it looks awesome.
So it's an aesthetic fireplace.
Exactly.
In your high-rise condo, so when you bring some Bettys over, you're like, oh, and watch, I can change the light of this fire from a rosy gold, reddish orange to blue?
Yeah. Any color I want.
Wow. You could make it white hot, you could make it but it's steam?
I can use it to set the mood, yeah. It's a little bit of water vapor, a little bit of steam coming up, and then the light flickers off of that and it looks like flames.
Here's what you should do. If you don't mind spending a little less money, is you should have the fireplace with the colored ribbons that just blow in the fan, and then that makes it look like it's flame. Like a Halloween decoration. Yes.
Yeah, there's got to be an in-between because these things are very expensive.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna drop that kind of coin on a water vapor Philips Hue fireplace.
It's kind of badass, though.
It's pretty cool.
No, I'm sure
eventually,
it looks cool, but I mean,
like to get the right setup, that's kind of what I want.
So it's basically a smart fireplace, is what it is.
Yeah, it looks nice.
What if somebody tries to hack your fireplace?
Oh,
You don't want that?
I do not want that. No, don't hack my fireplace. But
You're sitting there with a lady.
Network.
You're sitting there with a lady, and you're like, "Honey, what's the Wi-Fi password for the fireplace?" You know?
It's gonna be the same one.
Like, I've got a fireplace in my home,
but I don't think it's...
I put logs in it, and I make fires in it.
I'm gonna have a condo in a high-rise, so I can't put a fireplace in there.
Are you sure? You're buying it. You should be able to put whatever you want in there.
I can't put a fireplace in a condo.
But you're on the top floor.
I'm not on the top floor.
You're like one floor below.
I can't run a chimney through my neighbor's upstairs apartment.
Buy the unit directly above you, run conduit or something, run a chimney.
That seems like more trouble than just getting the steam fireplace.
Do it how they like lift pianos into apartments. You know, they have like a crane, and then they take out a side of the wall, and then you...
Do you know how chimneys are built?
I do not.
You were a carpenter. You didn't come across any masons or anything like that?
Yes, but it's not a real chimney, so...
Yeah, getting it up there is not the problem.
He could carry... What he's talking about, he could carry in his arms. He cut the wall out. You know, Bill, you should do something a little bit less labor-intensive, like cut the side of the building out and then get a crane.
Bring it up that way.
With a lever and a pulley.
When you could just bring it through your front door.
Right. He's not trying to get a baby grand in there. Or are you? Is that next?
Yeah,
are you going to put a baby grand in at the Squifle Tower?
Maybe a baby grand instead of a dining room table.
See, this is what happens, too, and I found it true of myself. I would have been fine my entire life being a renter. I never had aspirations of owning a home. I think it's overrated. Whatever, right? But my wife, she said a couple years ago, if we're going to stay, if you're going to re-sign with the radio station, let's buy a house. I said, okay, right? We had a baby, and so we bought a house. But you do find yourself, and this probably sounds laughingly obvious to other people, but I didn't think it would really happen to me, that there really is a switch that flips in your head, or when you're renting, even if you live a very Spartan existence, like I always did, like you do, right? Bed, dresser, television, whatever. I didn't need a bunch of crap. When you buy a place, you want to fill it with crap.
Yeah, you want to fill it with crap.
Because you're like, this is my place.
Yeah.
I can put holes in the wall. I can put a chimney through the high rise.
Can't put a chimney in. That's against the rules.
I'm just saying, look into it.
Still a homeowners association.
Just look into it.
I won't be able to. They don't even. They bought a fire pit for the courtyard, and then within a day of it being used, it was used one time, and then all the old people in the building were like, it smells like a campfire. We can't have this. So they got rid of. They shut it down after one use.
Yeah, you know how awful campfires smell. You old farts. Campfires smell fantastic.
There's some grumpy people.
What do people always say when they're walking around the crisp fall air? They go, man, can you smell that fire in the distance? And you hope it's not a structure that your town needs.
People didn't want it.
People didn't want it. Yeah, people have been living there rent-controlled or whatever for...
Well, they bought their apartments.
In
and they
1922.
Bought their condos in the 60s or 70s. And,
yeah.
You know, they've
been there ever since.
$20,000.
I paid good money for my unit. I spent $12,700 on this, and I don't want a campfire out back. Wow. There aren't enough people in that building that could override all the coots?
They're not going to fight. They're not going to go to... Because it's a, predominantly older building. But as they, move out or die.
You can say it when they die.
When they die, then it gets filled with younger people.
Sales through attrition. So you just
I
have
think
to...
we're getting it. We just got to wait them out.
You just have to wait it out.
And I don't care. I don't really ever go in the courtyard, and I didn't use the fire pit. So I'm fine with it. I don't need it to be going out there.
So, but ideally, you'll wait for the scales to tip in favor of the younger demographic, where more people will go, yeah, we want a fire pit.
You want a fire pit?
Why not a thing on the
rope
roof?
Swing.
Why not a thing on the roof?
What do you mean, like a fire?
Yeah, like a fire pit thing on the roof. Don't you have a rooftop deck or something?
Yeah, we have a rooftop deck.
Why do they put it up there?
I think they just don't want to deal with people, because then people are going to go up there, they're going to drink, and they have to deal with fire. And it's just like a safety issue more than anything.
I see.
Yeah,
I smell something on the roof. Are you youngins up there drinking and playing with fire?
I'm going to advocate for a rope swing that goes off, because there's like a cliff into Lake Erie.
Yeah.
So I want a ladder and a rope swing.
Okay.
Do that.
What, like you're just jumping into a pond or something?
Into Lake Erie, yeah.
Wow, all right.
I think that'd be fun.
Who's up there? I hear someone's playing with the fire again. Oh my! Is everything okay?
People are gonna be, dogs are barking right now. They are not happy.
My dogs are barking. I wore the wrong shoes today, Poundcake.
Oh,
Thank
no.
you for noticing.
Your bunions.
I don't have bunions. Bunions?
What is a
Jesus.
bunion?
I don't know, and I don't want to know. I know Dougie's got them. She's
Corns
shown them
on
to
your
me.
feet.
What's the difference between a corn and a bunion?
I thought they were the same thing.
Are they?
They might be. I don't know.
Corns v. bunions.
I don't have either, so I don't know.
I just remember when I was a kid, I would see bunion pads in my grandmother's like medicine chest or whatever.
Corns and
so
bunions.
it's something that I associate with old people. But I mean, Dougie has shown me hers in meetings and things. Oh, trust me, that is not even that is not even an appropriate response based on these things. That's far too mild of a response.
All right, a bunion is an abnormal bony bump that develops on the joint at the base of the big toe.
Okay,
And then a corn
a
is...
bony bump.
Yeah.
So it's on the bone.
Because as you get like a hammer toe, it becomes more bunion-esque.
I've got a real
Bunyan-esque.
Bunyan-esque hammer toe,
Yeah.
right? I
Like-
think they're reuniting for that OK Pants show on Saturday night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Bunyan-esque hammer toe.
And that's that
They do-
that comes from wearing like women's like pointy toe shoes. You get it from that.
They do Finnish Renaissance metal, if
And
you're
then-
into that. It's very specific, but...
And then a corn is just a callus that you get on your foot.
Is this the kind of hammer toe you're talking about?
This is
Hammer
just
time?
hammer time.
Hammer toe.
Can't touch this.
All right.
How do you get rid of bunions and corn?
I mean, you know, a lot of people are asking questions about Squifle Tower. You live on one floor. The top floor is the 10th floor. It's where you and Grandma currently live.
Right.
You bought a place on the 9th floor. Are there people above you?
Yeah.
How would they feel about you putting in a skylight? Would you be able to do that? Like, guys, it'll just
I actually
be...
know the people that live above me.
Yeah.
I don't want a skylight. I don't want to see their feet.
No, but... You're like, guys, it would just be in a corner of your bathroom. So when they're using it, there's light on, and it would kind of replicate maybe cycles of natural light.
There's a lot of natural light already
Okay,
in
all right.
my apartment. There's big
All right.
windows. I'll be fine with the
All
light.
right. I'm just
No
trying
skylight.
to...
I appreciate the suggestions.
Have you petitioned, and again, I hate to go through a well-worn thing here, but have you petitioned the Homeowners Association to construct any kind of gazebo out in the back so that there's far less travel on your part? You've got
That
one
is actually
on
something-
premises.
That is actually something I will bring up once I
Yeah.
am officially an owner.
So once you're officially an owner, you can throw in on the Homeowners Association.
Yeah.
You'll go to
I
the
can-
meetings.
I can suggest things, and I can go to the meetings.
This meeting will come to order,
Yeah.
and you'll say, Who here? I petitioned for a gazebo because it's aesthetically pleasing. They don't need to know what you're going to use it for ultimately.
Right.
And you'd think it would get far more. It's far more attractive to the residents than a fire pit. You know, there are no inherent hazards to a gazebo.
And it's very easy to maintain.
Yeah.
It does look nice. I think it would help with the property value.
Fantastic.
I think a gazebo would be a great addition to our courtyard.
Yeah, that's the only
And then
downside.
add plaques for each girl that gets on there.
Plaques. That is the only downside to be. I lived in a high-rise condo many years ago, and that they can tell you what you can do and what you can't do. I mean, like if you live in a subdivision, there's a homeowners thing, and they can go, "Oh, they got all kinds of dumb rules. Your mailbox can't be any higher than this," and you know. But living in a condo like that, they can tell you no skylight in your 9th floor apartment, and that's a real bummer. You paid for it.
I guess it is a bummer that I can't have a skylight where I would just see my neighbor's feet.
Okay.
Ew.
You know who sells those fireplaces you're talking about?
Ooh.
Northeast Factory Direct.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wait, they sell the
I'm pretty sure they do.
because those ones I feel like are pretty new. But if they do,
Ask them. I'm pretty sure they do.
That'd be fantastic.
And the best part is you'll pay a lot less than you would at
How's
another.
that?
Oh, so many reasons, Bill. Ask them.
I'll head over once I have a couple more things, and then I should be in soon and start putting all the furniture in there.
Here's another
Start
great
loading things
idea.
up.
If you want to hasten that attrition rate of these elderly residents, here's what you do. You put a zip line from the roof to the lake, right? But it's the perfect planned obsolescence. This zip line, only you know that it's structurally faulty.
I believe that's just murder.
You didn't know. I mean, you do, but you didn't know. You didn't publicly know. I mean, you knew, but you didn't publicly know.
I think I can kind of publicly know now.
No,
Publicly know.
I mean, No, it's just me saying. I go, ha ha. It was a joke. But then you go and do it.
I don't think there would be a bunch of residents that'd be like, "Ooh, can't wait to try this janky ass zip line."
All right. Well, it's something.
No, I'll just wait them out. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Alan, you could call that gazebo the blast zone. Well, that might turn a few people off, I think. Alan, I'm 36. I had bunion surgery when I was 24. It was caused by wearing stilettos. Listen, there isn't enough conversation had about health
And what
issues.
was this gentleman's name?
I was going to say, in the S&M community, there are all kinds of, if you're a hardworking dominatrix, stilettos. I'm having surgery. What, is it a lady thing? No. On my bunions. Put that on your Tinder profile. Bunions surgery survivor. Hashtag, that's a flesh-colored ribbon, I believe, for that.
I've had my bunions surgically repaired. No more stilettos.
No more stilettos. Alan Bill is quite the anomaly. He doesn't like to be outside, but now he wants to swing off of a rope into the violent waters of Lake Erie.
I never
Are they
said that.
violent waters?
It's,
Violent?
There's
They're
some
shallow.
There's some violent waters, but it's
Violent
not very,
waters.
Not violent very often.
That would be a great name for a
and-
theme park in Northeast
Violent
Ohio.
waters.
Violent waters. Just a slide that goes into the lake. They're like, where do I get out? I don't know. You tell me. You pay me $7 at the top of the slide. The rest of it is up to you.
And I like
That's
going
living.
outside. I just don't. I prefer inside over outside. I like a little bit of time outside to make me appreciate being inside.
You like
and
more of a
something
balance.
and anything being more convenient is something I enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alan, I don't have foot problems, but I do have a lump under my breast, and I'm a 53-year-old man. And it's checked tomorrow. Have you ever heard of a man getting breast cancer? I
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Beyonce's dad just got
We talked about this.
breast cancer.
Montel Williams.
Yeah, a lot of guys. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of guys. It's still a single-digit percentage
They
of
said
men
was
who
like
get it.
2% or something.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
it's not unheard of. You're not alone, sir. So, yeah, okay. So there's a lot of things to consider there.
Yeah.
A lot of things to consider.
Skylight. I'm going to lean
Okay.
away from the skylight. We'll go to Northeast Factory Direct to check out their fireplace.
Quick checklist. Fireplace. Skylight.
No.
Rooftop zip line into the lake. All right?
Gazebo.
Possible gazebo. That's right. Boy, those old people thought they didn't like the smell of a campfire. Wait till they get what the...
the lake is ranked today.
Boy, wait till they catch what's wafting up from that gazebo.
Y'all gonna make me puke.
High on the winds of Lake Erie. Okay. Let me break. I'm going to have those Mushroom Head tickets for you. They're doing their big Halloween show. The night after, you get all your trick-or-treating out of the way, and then you go see Mushroom Head Friday, November 1 at the Agora. 35192 on a text. I'll be back after these.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app. Our iHeartRadio